5 years ago, I, Jason Harris, bought Willow Lake, a tranquil 12-acre gem nestled in Willow Creek's pine forests, from Margaret Lane, an elderly widow who'd tended it for decades. The deed included full water rights, a responsibility I took seriously. It was my haven, my legacy. That peace shattered one June morning in 2025 when I spotted Carolyn Reed, our HOA president, perched on a folding chair by my lake, live streaming to her followers. Flanked by 2 board members, including my neighbor Tom Ellis, she declared Willow Lake a community asset, complete with a sign staked in the mud. The audacity hit me like a cold wind. I approached, keeping my voice even. "Carolyn, this is private property. You need to leave." She flashed a polished smile, waving a crumpled paper. "Jason, we've researched. Waters shared under state law." Tom avoided my gaze, uneasy. I recorded the exchange, repeating my demand. Carolyn stood, brushing her designer tracksuit. "We'll be back tomorrow. Take it to our lawyers." As her SUV, emblazoned with a realtor logo, roared off, I smirked. She had no idea about the dam upstream. The next day, I called Tom, a retired engineer and neighbor who'd always been fair despite his HOA loyalty. He agreed to let me attend the next HOA meeting to understand Carolyn's scheme. Thursday evening, the community center hummed with 30 residents, all eyes on Carolyn's sleek presentation. A model showcased Reed Resort, cabins, a spa, a marina, all centered on my lake, now dubbed Lake Reed. A map marked 6 nearby properties with green dots, bought by her husband's real estate firm. "This will boost your property values by 25%, she promised, her voice smooth as a sales pitch. Whispers of excitement filled the room, but Tom raised a hand. "What about Jason's deed?" Carolyn waved papers dismissively. "He owns the land, not the water. We have legal precedent." I sat in the back, pieces clicking. This wasn't about community. It was a land grab for a private resort. Carolyn's research was flimsy, but the crowd, dazzled by dollar signs, didn't care. Tom pressed for real documents, but Carolyn deflected. I stood, voice calm. "Bring your investors Saturday, Carolyn. They'll see who controls the water." She pointed, eyes blazing. "I'll prove you're a fraud." The gauntlet was thrown. Friday morning, I drove up a forgotten dirt road to the dam Margaret had shown me. A 1940s concrete structure hidden in oaks, controlling the lake's water flow. Legal, documented, and unknown to Carolyn. I lifted a tarp, revealing a brass wheel. Margaret's logbook held a final note. "Water gives life or takes it back. Choose well." I turned the wheel a quarter turn, cutting flow by 25%. The lake wouldn't drain, but the drop would be noticeable. By afternoon, Tom called, concerned. "The lake's shrinking. Carolyn's freaking out, talking environmental experts." I played dumb. "Could be seasonal." That evening, I found Carolyn by the shore, measuring the waterline, muttering about sabotage. "Something wrong?" I asked innocently. She glared. "You're behind this, Jason." I reset the dam that night, letting the water return, but the seed was planted. Saturday dawned clear, perfect for Carolyn's Willow Creek investment day. From my kitchen window, I watched trucks unload a festival. Tents, a DJ, catered food, and kayaks for investors. Carolyn, in a corporate chic outfit with a headset mic, greeted wealthy guests, pitching Reed Resort as a luxury legacy. "Experience Lake Reed," she urged, as 15 investors paddled out in colorful kayaks. I stood behind a treeline, phone ready with a remote dam control app I'd installed. One tap unleashed a calculated surge, then a sharp ebb, turning the lake into a muddy, choppy mess. Kayaks rocked, a banner floated away, the DJ's speakers sparked. Investors shouted, soaked. Carolyn's mic broadcast her panic. "What's happening?" A suited investor, knee-deep in mud, snapped, "This is your resort? It's a swamp." Laughter cut through the chaos as Carolyn slipped, landing in the muck. I stepped forward, camera rolling. "Problem, Carolyn?" I adjusted my dam's flow. "Legal, of course." Her face twisted with rage. You sabotaged us. Tom arrived, documents in hand. Here's Jason's deed, water rights, and your lawyer's letter saying you have no claim. Investors muttered, heading to their cars. Carolyn's husband appeared, face cold. I'm filing for divorce, Carolyn. I sold the properties. You're done. She screamed, defeated. I called 911, reporting fraud and trespassing. By evening, Officer Daniels, a seasoned cop, reviewed my documents as Carolyn protested. He's the criminal. Daniels shook his head. These papers say Jason owns everything. You're facing fraud and trespassing charges. Tom handed over investor statements confirming Carolyn's lies. Her PowerPoint, videos, and boasts formed a prosecutor's dream. She was hauled away, still defiant. Days later, neighbors visited, apologetic. Mrs. Carter, 80, brought cookies, admitting she'd fallen for Carolyn's promises. Mike, a young dad, shared his lost deposit on fake lots, grateful the sales were undone. Carolyn's realtor license was revoked, and investors sued for fraud. Tom, elected HOA president, vowed transparency, passing a resolution to protect property rights. One sunset by the lake, he confessed, I should have questioned her sooner, Jason. I skipped a stone. You stood up when it counted. Months later, I opened a lake corner for kids' supervised fishing, with clear rules to prevent exploitation. My daughter, visiting every other weekend, learned to cast a line where I'd face down a bully hiding behind a title. Standing there, watching her focus, I thought of Margaret's words. Carolyn learned water's lesson the hard way. Willow Lake now nurtured life again, proving that real power isn't loud. It's knowing what you hold and letting greed unravel itself.